All right, we're back with another episode of It's That Easy. Today we're coming to you with the college football games from this weekend because guess what? It's bowl season. Bowl season is going to go all the way through, into the middle of January, it seems like,
And next
with
year.
the playoffs. Yeah, so that's going to be pretty awesome. A lot of football still to come, even though the regular season is over. So,
4 more weeks of college football.
yeah, that's right. That's right. So let's make the most of it, right?
Let's get it all.
Second mortgage that house so you can make the most of it in these next 4 weeks. All right. So these are the exciting, I should have put that in air quotes, exciting games that are coming up starting tomorrow. And these will actually go through the week, get us to Friday, I think. So let's jump into them because next week, I will say this, we are going to talk about the college football playoff. So that'll be a big show. A lot of stuff going on there. A lot of notes you want to take because we're gonna have a lot of bets to make on that one. So
yeah.
All right, but let's go with this one. If you're just joining us, please like and subscribe to the show. We'd love for you to do that. We'd love to see your comments too. Maybe you went to some of these schools, or your dad went to this school, or your mom went there. Hey, put a bet out there. See what you think, and compare it to what we do, and see how bad you do. Unless you bet with us, and you're gonna see how good you do. So
True.
Yeah.
Maybe your mom went to Jackson State and you don't know who your dad is, but still, maybe you want to bet on him. I'm just saying.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut that out there. So, all right, here we go. Let's get into it, man. Tomorrow, the annual Army-Navy game.
Navy, America, bitches.
America. Navy is a 6.5-point favorite here, and the total super low, 38.5, which, it makes me feel like they're not even going to make that many points. But I know you got some stats on this, so we'll hear your stats before we give our bets here. What do you got?
Head to head, they're 3-3. Head to head, the last 2 have gone over the total.
Okay.
But the previous 7 went under.
Yeah.
Army's won 3 of the last 4. Let's see. Army finished the season 5-5, or against the spread.
Okay.
But they're so inconsistent. They would lose as a favorite. They would win as a dog.
Yeah.
It was hard to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
One thing about Army though, they've got the highest running percentage in college football.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty
They
sure
run the ball 60 times a game, and for 250 yards a game.
But
so they only throw about 8 or 9 passes.
But do they put it in the end zone? That's the important stat.
That's true. That's true.
So,
they averaged about 23 points a game, and their defense gave up about 22 points a game. Navy, on the other hand, now Navy started the season hot.
Yes, they did.
They were 6-0.
Yeah.
And then they had a loss to North Texas and Notre Dame. But then they won the next 2. They upset South Florida 41-38.
Yeah.
And then they dealt the death blow to Memphis 28-17.
Yep.
Memphis was rolling. Memphis thought they were going to be, in the top 4.
Yeah, they did.
Navy said, "Hold my beer."
That's right.
Yeah, you're done. So, and Navy runs the ball a lot too. Obviously, they run for about 300 yards a game.
They do. Yeah.
So, but they throw a whopping 14 passes.
Wow.
Now, Navy's offense averages about 32 points a game.
Okay.
And they give up about 27 points a game.
Wow. Then why is the over-under so low?
It always is. So last year, last year was the highest score in 10 years that they played, and it was 31-13. So 44.
Oh, yes, I watched that game. I remember that, and they scored because of turnovers at the end. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. Yeah. So I do remember that game because I'm pretty sure I bet on it and I lost because of all those turnovers and points.
But he said that they typically always go under, but the last 2 went over.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to take the under when Navy scores 32 and gives up 27. And Army scores 23 and gives up 22. So, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a hard one to take.
I'm going to go out on a limb here on this one. I'm going to tell you that. So,
Okay.
because of that South Florida win, I'm going to pick Navy to cover the 6. It's actually 6.5 now. I'm going
Yeah.
to take Navy to cover that 6.5. And because they are such bitter rivals, I am going to go the under.
Okay.
You heard it here first, people. Under.
We need to go back to that second week when you said, I'll never play the under again.
Yeah, things change, man. Things change.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you the score is going to be 17-13 Navy. No, they won't cover. No, they won't cover. 17, 20 to 10. 20 to 10 Navy, and they cover. I don't think Army's going to score a lot of points. So, yeah. You got a pick on it?
I go back and forth on it. I look at it on one hand, I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. On the other hand, I think it's gonna be a high scoring game.
Yeah. I bet you it's
I don't think 38.5 is enough points. I think that both of these defenses are weaker than they have been in the years past, and both offenses are stronger than they have been in the years past.
Okay.
So I actually think it'll go over that total.
You like the over.
But man, I do like it. I do like Navy though.
Yeah. It's Roger Staubach's alma mater, so I'm gonna go with Navy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
Yeah. How do you not?
All right. So in the bucked up LA bowl,
Come on.
Boise State plays Washington. They're both 9. No, sorry. Boise State's 9-4. Washington is 8-4. But Washington is a 10-point favorite with the over-under at 52 now. 52 and a half. I did this yesterday. It was at 51. It's at 52 now. So, you got anything on this game?
Yeah, I bought Washington a few days ago, and they were at 8.5, and I bought it down to 8.
Okay.
Man, I didn't know it had gone up to 10. Holy cow. Boise State's won the last 3 games as a favorite.
Yep.
They scored 38, 25, and 49. Their last 3, they averaged over 500 yards. That's solid.
Remember they beat up on
the
UNLV
ground.
the other day too. So
What's that?
They beat up on UNLV last week when I wanted UNLV to sneak up on them. It didn't happen.
Yeah. The last 3, Boise scored 37 and gave up 22 a game.
Nice.
Washington, on the other hand, they won 2 of their last 3. They lost their last game to Oregon, but that's a tough one for them.
Right. Yeah.
And their last 3 games, they averaged over 400 yards a game and 37 points a game. So, but their defense is better. Their defense only gives up 17.
Okay.
So, head to head, the last 2 times they played were in 2019 and 2023, and Washington dominated both of those games. Washington shut down. Remember, they had Ashton Genty?
Yes. Yeah.
They shut him down. Everybody was talking all the hype about him. And
you're right. Yes, I do remember that.
That's when Penix came in and said, hold on, man. Let me throw for 450 yards and 5 touchdowns. So, yeah. I think defense travels on this one.
Okay.
I like Washington.
Okay.
Now, Boise has won this straight up twice in the 6 games that they played against them since 2007. But overall, Washington is 6-0 against the spread against Boise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang it. I want to go Boise. If I'm picking, I'm taking Boise plus 10.5. But I do like the over. I think they're going to score on each other, which is what they did last year. Maybe they got different players this year, but I think they're going to score. So I'm going to go
taking 10.5 though, man. That's a heck of a number.
Yeah, I got plus 10.5. So yeah, absolutely, I like it.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl, we got Troy at 8-5 playing Jacksonville State at 8-5.
Yeah.
Troy is the 2.5 point favorites, which tells me they're like, we don't have a clue who's going to win this game.
Right.
And the over-under is at 46, right? That's right in between the Navy 38 and the Washington 51. So 46 points. You got a pick on that one?
Yeah, Troy's got a decent passing game. They throw for about 290, 300 yards a game, but they only rush for about 50.
Okay.
I don't know how you ever win running for only 50 yards.
It's college.
Their offense,
Yeah, that's
their
what
offense
happens.
scores about 24. Defense gives up about 22. Jackson State, let's see, they score about 24, but their defense stinks. They give up about 26. They only had one common opponent. I have a hard time picking anybody here, but I'm going to tease this over. I'm going to tease that number down
Yeah,
and play the over, but I don't have any good reason to do it.
yeah,
I'm going to do it anyway.
yeah. If I had to pick this one, I'd probably just go with who the odds makers are going with. I just like the
Right.
2.5 points because it may come down to a field goal. So I
Now,
would take Troy on that one.
now
Yeah,
that total you says is 46 and a half.
yeah.
It opened at 51 and a
I
half.
did see that, and it dropped. I don't know.
So it
Maybe some
dropped.
players aren't playing. I don't know.
Maybe I'm going to have to get on that tonight.
Yeah, but remember you said before New Year's over, after New Year's under.
Correct.
I would probably go the over on this one just because it's a pre-New Year's game. The two teams, I don't know how well they know each other, but I'm pretty sure like it'll probably be a shootout if they can get it. So
Yeah, no, that they don't play each other.
yeah, so I think that's why. Even though it is weird, it's dropped 5 points, but
Yeah.
next in the Xbox Bowl, we got Missouri State at 7-5 taking on Arkansas State at 6-6. And even though Arkansas has got the worst the worst record of the two, they got the 1.5 point. They're favored by 1.5 with
Yeah.
56.5 points. They got them scoring a lot of points.
Yeah, they do.
I like that one. I don't. Just I'll go on this one, but only because Missouri State has a better record. I think I'd take them with the plus 1.5 for now. And
Okay.
once again, I like the over. I'm just gonna go the over on these guys and see what happens.
That's not bad.
Yeah, yeah. You got any reason why not to go Missouri State in the over? And the
No, man. I
plus,
mean, Missouri State puts up good offensive numbers.
yeah, yeah,
460 total yards, 300 in the air. Their last three, they averaged over 34 points a game. Now, their last two games, they got their ass kicked by Louisiana Tech and by Kennesaw State. They lost 30-42 and 34-41. Both of them obviously went over the total.
yeah, yeah,
Now, Arkansas State, on the other hand, they had a really strong middle of the season. They had good, strong road wins against App State, Troy, South Alabama. They had a good showing against Kennesaw State and Iowa State. And their last three totals all were between 48 and 64. So I mean, they're putting up some numbers too.
over.
Their offense, yeah, their offense scores about 27 points a game, and their defense allows 30 points a game.
Wow.
So
Okay.
these are two defenses total that allow over 60 points per game, and neither team can stop the run.
I love it.
They're both shit against the run.
I love it.
Here's something I found interesting. Both of these teams are two of the worst teams defensively in the fourth quarter. I imagine it's because they can't stop the run and their D line gets tired.
Yeah, yeah.
But I found a couple of props on one of the sites where you could bet points in the fourth quarter.
Oh, okay.
And I took over in the fourth quarter because
What was
almost
it? What
every
was it
game they
at? Like
played.
20 points or something, or?
I don't remember
Oh,
what
okay,
it was.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
But yeah,
I like
yeah,
it.
they're both
I
pretty
like it.
crappy.
Nice.
So
Okay. Uh-oh, you dropped off there, the video.
I don't know.
Your video turned off. So here's the last game at the.
Surprise.
There you go. Gotcha. At the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, we
All
got
right.
Memphis playing NC State, and it's a NC State's 5.5 point favorite, and the over under is now 58.5 points. But here's the thing: this to me, this was an easy pick because NC State they beat Georgia Tech this year.
Yeah.
They beat Florida State this year. That was one we actually bet on. We called that one as an underdog pick, and then they beat North Carolina pretty good. I don't know, man. I think they're just a better team. And Memphis is, like you said, they lost the last three in a row, including the last one to Navy. So to
Yeah.
me, I'm like, yep, NC State with the 5.5. And only because it's the pre January 1 game, I go the over as well.
And because you like Gasparilla, whatever that
And
is.
Gasparilla, that's my favorite, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Memphis last three, they gave up 28, 31, and 38.
Yeah. Yeah.
They scored 25 and they gave up 32 points a game the last three. But NC State, oh man, I don't know. They were 3-1 their last four, but they're so inconsistent.
Yeah.
They scored about 30, gave up about 29. But one thing I found was that NC State, when they lose, it's in the air.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Their last three losses, the passing yards, they lost to Miami. They gave up 367 in the air.
Yep. Yeah.
Pitt, 423. And Notre Dame, the Irish threw for 345.
Wow. Okay.
So if Memphis is going to win this game, which they can, it's going to have to be with a passing game. Now, Memphis got into a shootout with Tulane, and that was 3 weeks ago, and they put up over 300 yards of passing. But their two losses this year, they had under 200 yards of passing.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's going to be a shootout if Memphis has a chance.
Okay.
But I started looking at the totals. Man, NC State's all over the place. Yeah. They missed the total by 20 points, plus or minus the total several times.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I can't touch that.
I gotcha.
Can't touch this.
I just think that even if Memphis State does throw for a lot, I think NC State still just outlasts them. So, it'd be a touchdown. It'd be nice to have that one. So, yeah. So, we'll see how that goes. So, we got some good picks there.
Two crappy defenses, though,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, all the more reason to go the over.
True.
So a lot of the times I will say this, I parlay the spread and the over-under in the same game.
Okay.
But sometimes it gets me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tough.
It is tough to do that because, you're asking for trouble there. But I've had some good picks in these last couple of weeks, so I'll probably do some of that in these games.
Okay.
Or some of them I might just go with the – I mean, it'd be cool just to go the over on, let's say, like pick three. Well, not the Navy game, and hit over and see if you could parlay three teams. That'll probably pay you like 4 or 5 times, 5x on that, So I like that. But let's go to our.
That's why I like doing the teasers a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of like last night's NFL game. You can take a 7-point teaser and tease one side and the total up or down, and let it ride. And I think some of these games are good chances to do that.
Well, let's get into that real quick because you did send me some. We got the big tease going on here. So, and it's got a lot of overs. And then you tease that under for Army-Navy. So,
yeah, the Army-Navy, man, I go back and forth on it. But at the end of the day, they just, like I said, last year was the highest scoring game between Army and Navy in over 10 years.
Yeah.
And they got 44 points. And that was, 14 points was on turnovers.
Yeah.
So I don't think they hit 52. I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I just don't think they can. Missouri State and Arkansas State. We talked about them, the two crappy defenses. I think the fourth quarter in this game, it's over 43.5. I think the fourth quarter they probably put up 18 or 20 points.
Yeah, that's where they'll put up a lot of their points is there.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
So I like that. Troy and Jackson State, same thing, man. We talked about it. I don't really have a good reason to take the over other than it's a low total for me.
Yeah.
The defenses combined give up 48.5 points. So I'm able to tease that down to 38. I feel good about that. Washington, man, I think Washington's going to outclass Boise.
Okay.
So I think Washington is going to – I think they're going to cover the spread straight. So I'm definitely going to tease them.
Yeah.
And then, the game for America, I don't know, man.
I think that's a good pick there.
Everyone's a winner in that game.
You know what happens? In the bowl games, I think what happens is like you put two teams together that never play each other, right? Don't know each other real well, and it's just a show of offense, who can outscore the other one. And so I think that's why a lot of the overs hit. So that's what I'm excited about seeing this weekend, but also this week when we kick off. So,
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. So hopefully everyone enjoyed that. Like the show, please, and subscribe if you can. Next week we will be doing a playoff preview, so that'll be really good. So get your stuff ready for that one because that's going to be a good show. Have a lot of good pointers there and a lot of good bets to make for the upcoming games, which will happen starting next Friday. So we are 4 weeks away from crowning a champion. So that's going to be pretty cool. So anything else? Closing remarks on this one?
I hope the playoff commission talks to the Heisman committee and give that Heisman to Jeremiah Love. That's it.
Big Peso has spoken on who the Heisman winner is going to be. So I like it, man. Well, all
Plus
right.
3,000.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. All right, man. Well, for Big Peso and myself, hope you guys have a good betting weekend and week. And we will talk again next week where we get to tell you who's going to win the playoffs. So, see you then. Oh, sorry.
America.
Hook 'em.